What's up, monobrats? It's Mr. Gaudi, and today we're going to do a new what if. And I'm sorry for not uploading for I think a week, I guess. But anyways, we're going to do a new what if, and it's a One Piece what if. And this what if is called what if Luffy ate the Goru Goru no Mi, or the Lightning Devil Fruit. You guys don't know who ate the Goru Goru no Mi. It's basically Enel or Eneru, whoever you want to call him. He's from this. He was introduced in the Skype arc, and from after that, I don't think he was ever introduced. I think he was introduced in a filler episode, I guess. But yeah, that's not very important right now. Let's talk about how Luffy gets the Goru Goru no Mi. So everything. So without any further ado, let's get watching. So everything in the canon happens as exact under the Skype arc. I mean, everything until Zoro saves Robin from Enel and his fight against the Enel. I'll call him Enel. Enel's fight with Zoro was all happened the same. Nothing really changed. But the thing that changes here is the final move of Luffy when he attacked Eneru. He used the Ogun rifle. Okay, that's the move which Luffy used against Enel. And in the canon, he used his golden arm. No, not a golden arm. He used the golden ball which he had, which was stuck in his hand to use as a power attack, and threw Enel off the ground. Threw Enel to a bell and rang it. So that's that. But if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just watch One Piece. I mean, One Piece is so good anime. I was not watching it by the way before, but now I watched it. I completed it until I'm I'm in the Wano arc, but I'm not fully into the Wano arc because I'm kind of looking other things. But anyways, so the change which happens is in the last attack, the Ogun rifle. So before Luffy could attack Ogun rifle, Enel has a thought. If he quickly realized that he has a weakness against Luffy. Okay, so he quickly realized that he has a weakness against Luffy, and he also knows that a person can't eat two devil fruits. I mean, there's no notice of it until Blackbeard, and he didn't eat; he just absorbed Whitebeard's devil fruit. But that's not very important right now. But anyways, so Luffy, when he's gonna attack, Enel has a thought. If he can't kill Luffy, okay. If he can't kill Luffy, then he would die trying. So basically, he's trying to say that he would take Luffy with him. Okay. So in the last moment before he could hit, before Luffy could hit Enel, he used his energy manipulation to bring his devil fruit out of his body to his hand. And this is a theory. I mean, this is not really true, but this is just a fanfic theory which I made, that the Logia type devil users can conjure their devil fruit in their hands and give it to another person. So basically, they can wish for the person to have the fruit instead of the fruit going somewhere else in the entire world, to the nearest fruit. So Enel conjures his devil fruit in his hand, and before Luffy attacks him, saying, "Oh, good rifle!" and he has his mouth wide open. And Enel sees this, and with his quick thinking, I mean, Enel's quite kind of smart, but he has this over superiority complex, god complex, you could say. He quickly uses his hand, which was bulky at 2000. I don't know what form he used. I'll just put in the screen. I'm going to edit this video kind of lot because you guys won't understand the narrative, because I'm not starting it from the start, but I'm making this what if from the kind of 2 to 3 sagas later. So anyways, I'll do a lot more editing in this what if. So anyways, before Luffy could hit Enel in just a split second, Enel threw his devil fruit in front of Luffy, and Luffy couldn't see this because he was fully concentrating on Enel. And due to his mouth being open when he was shouting, the devil fruit which Enel threw in his last breath went into Luffy's mouth. And Luffy, being Luffy, something was in mouth and he just swallowed it. So basically, Luffy has two devil fruits. Okay, that's the basic concept of this what if. Luffy has 2 devil fruits, and Luffy still hits Enel, and he still goes to the bell and he still says let them hear it, kind of stuff like that, and all the starts praying, and the anime which shows just kind of stuff like that. But after hitting Enel, Luffy gets knocked out, and he falls down, and just before he falls fully, I mean he doesn't go back to blue sea. When he was going to fall down, at the end of it, Nami came and saved his ass and took him to where the other group were, and they had healed kind of a bit. And when Nami kept Luffy, I mean Drink kept Luffy to the ground, Luffy woke up and he started shouting. Everyone was confused. Everyone went to near him and started to calm him down, but so he could only manage to say one word before fully losing himself. Stay back! And a wave of aura surrounded him, which pushed the other Straw Hat members. And then all of them saw electricity was forming around Luffy, and it was out of control. Everyone was wondering what happened, but Nami quickly found out. Her eyes went wide. She couldn't say anything, but Zoro saw her reaction and asked Nami, what has happening to Luffy? Do you know anything about it? Nami nodded, you could say half-assedly, and she said, I don't. One second, guys. Let me fix my mic. I mean my earplugs. I don't know if this is true or not, but I think in Enel's last moment he gave his devil fruit to Luffy. Then everyone was like, he gave his devil fruit to Luffy. What does that mean? Nami explained. He has 2 devil fruits. They couldn't understand what it was. And then then Robin realized a person could only conjure 1 devil fruit, and he can't have 2 devil fruits in his body. And if he has, he will die, he said. And everyone was shocked. Sanji said, he will die? Usopp was like, how is that possible? He didn't eat it, he was fed, right? And Robin was scared and said, that's not what is important. The Enel's devil fruit is inside him, which means he has 2 devil fruits, willingly or non-willingly. And they couldn't know what happened. And electricity started shooting more out of Luffy, and everyone went back a little more. And then Luffy started around his body, I mean not around him, the grass started moving, and the air started to become more dense. And at the next second, there was a huge pressure falling on the Straw Hats. Nami, Usopp, and Robin got knocked out. Chopper was gonna go knocked out, but when he saw Luffy's current condition, he pulled through it and went to his beast form, human beast form, which the bulky one. And Sanji's legs gave up, but he didn't get knocked out. The pressure was immense, but he didn't get knocked out. But Zoro was the only one who was Zoro, and Chopper was the only one who was standing, and the conscious were Zoro, Usopp, and Zoro, Sanji, and Chopper. Chopper was mainly standing because he didn't know what the hell was happening, and if Luffy was gonna die, he would save. I mean, he wanted to save Luffy. And after a couple of minutes of this huge pressure, Luffy calmed down and fell down. Chopper was the first one to react and ran to Luffy to check his blood pressure, to check his heart rate. I'm sorry for background noises. I mean, I think it's creak. I think it's creaking, but please forgive me. My mic is really distorted. That's why I couldn't make uploads, because I wanted to find a suitable mic. Or so I thought, but I just threw my earplugs there, so I won't need it. I will just use my normal speaker mic, which I used for a couple of times. So, Chopper quickly ran to Luffy and checked his blood pressure, and he could feel something. A little bit. The heartbeat was very slow. I think that was the sound. But anyways, his heartbeat was very slow. And Chopper quickly informed Zoro about this. Zoro, he's still alive, but just barely. We have to save him. Zoro quickly ran towards Luffy and picked him up. And Zoro said, Sanji, Chopper, bring all the other people to the chopper. Go to your reindeer mode and come with me. And Sanji, bring all of them. Sanji nodded. I mean, then he got up, his legs wiggling, but he passed through it and carried Usopp in his bag, and Nami in his bag, Robin and Usopp in his hand. He couldn't go pervertness in this time because Luffy's life was basically gonna die, so he can't. He has to conquer his pervertness, and this is gonna influence something in the later parts of this, as a side effect. So Zoro and Chopper quickly ran to the ship, and Chopper quickly said, "Zoro, keep him, lay him down on the table. I'll try my best." Chopper was gonna cry, but he held on because he didn't want to lose his concentration for what he was gonna do, and quickly put some stabilizers to Luffy's body and started to check his blood pressure. And Sanji came in and dropped Nami, Usopp, and Robin, and then asked Chopper, "What do I need to do?" Chopper then quickly said, "Bring some water, cold water. We need to stabilize his body. He's heating profusely." You could say, and you could see some mist coming off his body, from his mouth and from his nose, you could say. But Sanji quickly nodded and ran with full speed to the kitchen and brought some water. And Chopper, when Sanji was doing that thing, Chopper told Zoro, "Do CPR." Zoro said, "What's that?" Use your and he told how to do the CPR. He taught Zoro how to do the CPR, just basically. And Zoro, who didn't know anything and wanted to save Luffy, just did what Chopper told him to. And after a couple of seconds, Luffy's was kind of better, but still in a critical condition. And Nami and Robin woke up, and even Usopp. When they saw a really weird situation. Then a thought struck them. Luffy ate his second devil fruit. Then Nami and Robin and Usopp quickly got up and asked the situation. Zoro quickly, told them the situation that he needs CPR and kind of stuff like that. Nami quickly saw what Zoro was doing and kicked him in the face to move him, and she started doing CPR. Then she shouted, "This is how you do CPR, let me do it. You go and safeguard the place." And after that Sanji came in with the cold water, or so he thought, which was just warm water, and he kept near it. Usopp went, and when he saw the warm water, he started screaming, "Sanji, you need cold water, not warm water." And then he just shook his head and said, "Let me do it. You go and protect the ship." And Sanji was frowning, but he could understand. He doesn't know what the hell he should do right now. So he quickly ran to the outer where Zoro was, and he stood there. Zoro and Sanji were in complete silence. They didn't know what to talk, and they won't even bother arguing right now, because the most important thing was to save Luffy's life. Robin quickly reacted. Nami kissed. Did the mouth to mouth to Luffy, and Chopper was kind of mistake by this, but he really didn't care because he wanted to save Luffy by checking his heartbeat. His heartbeat was a little stabilized, but not just a little. You could say 10% better than what it was, not fully. Then Robin came and said, "Let me do the mouth to mouth. You focus on the CPR." And Nami nodded, and Robin started to do the mouth to mouth. So basically, Luffy got kissed by both of the girls. I know this is not a big deal, but yeah, you guys might be wondering, why the hell is this gonna be a big ship? I'm saying no, but anyways, let's continue. So Usopp came in with cold water and kept it near Chopper. Chopper told Usopp to check the blood pressure while he put the wet cloth on Luffy's body and started to clean him up. while Nami was doing the CPR and Robin was kissing him. Sanji came in to inquire about what happened, but then he saw Robin kissing him and Nami doing CPR. He was kind of jealous, but he really pulled through it, and he really didn't want to do the pervertness because now Luffy's basically life is in danger, and he didn't want to have a nosebleed and have that problem right now. And then he remembered one thing: he was always a pervert. That he just had this in his back of his mind, and as I said, this incident is gonna have a side effect on Sanji, not just Sanji but all the other crows. Then Chopper quickly realized something. His BP, let's say his pulse, his pulse was going down at a drastic rate. His pulse was stabilized for a minute, but then his pulse went on a drastic rate. He told both of them, and they both did more drastic measures by putting all this strength to the CPR instead of just stabilizing and putting in the same force. They used all this strength to the CPR, and Robin was fully sucking out everything. But that's weird. And Usopp didn't know what to do. He was panicking, but he wouldn't shout because Luffy's life was more important than him being this scared. And Usopp took the courage that he then remembered something. Luffy always was a carefree guy, and always believed him and that he would become the brave warrior of the sea. And if Usopp couldn't just calm down in a situation like this, then how he could have his whole dream come true? Usopp calmed down for the first time. Chopper, Nami and Robin were shocked because Usopp was gonna scream, but then he calmed down. But they really didn't have time to talk about this, and they still continued to talk it. But then Chopper realized something. The BP or the blood or the pulse was gone. Chopper then Luffy, you can't die, Luffy. Nami questioned, what? Then Chopper said, his BP, his pulse, I can't feel it. Nami's like, what? Sanji and Zoro came inside. What the hell is happening? Chopper said, and he started, his his eyes started to tear up. And said, and he started to tear up. Nami fell to the ground, shocked, and she started crying. Basically, she started crying. Robin, who couldn't do anything, she just fell down because she isn't crying, but she's totally devastated. And Zoro and Sanji couldn't, stand, and they fell down. Usopp was the only one who was standing. He was calm for some reason. He was calm, and everyone saw this. He was calm. But then another shocking thing came. Luffy stood up. Then only a word could come out of each and everyone's word. So, zombie. And they all shouted, "Ah!" Then Luffy opened his eyes and saw why they were screaming and asked, "What's up, guys? Why are you screaming?" Then they all stopped screaming. Usopp was the only one who was calm. Okay, he didn't even scream. He was looking at Luffy dead in the eye. And Luffy, when he turned and saw Usopp's eye, he saw something different in them. It was calm. His fear was gone. He didn't know what the hell happened right now. But then he asked, what happened? Then he got a headache. Then he realized, I told you guys to stay away from me, but what was that? He was questioning. Then Chopper jumped on him and hugged him. And Luffy hugged him back. Nami jumped and hugged him. Zoro just came in and hugged him. Sanji came in and hugged him. Robin also came in and hugged him. But Usopp was the only one who was just standing there staring Luffy. When everyone saw this, like, what the hell happened? And Sanji went to Usopp and shaked him. And Usopp just collapsed. His eyeballs went up and he was knocked out. Everyone said, and they started laughing because they realized that Usopp was trying to control his fear, but he got knocked out. Then Luffy asked, what happened? Nami then explained each and everything what happened. Then Luffy was like, I have a second Devil's Fruit? With an excitement in his eye. Then Zoro, Sanji, everyone in the group quickly understood. Ah shit, here we go again. Luffy jumped up from his table and went out, and he was super happy, He was just flexing, and then he tried. Let's try this power, shall we? Nami's like, no, your body was stabilized. We don't want you to die. And then Luffy, hidden here, stretched his hand and said, Kamugara, and punched. Lightning Gestade. That word just came in his mouth, and his hand stretched with lightning coming out of it. Everyone was shocked, and then when he took his hand back, they asked, "No, Luffy, are you okay?" Chopper asked, and Luffy said, "Yeah, I feel." Then he touched his heart. What the hell has happened to me? Chopper was concerned. What? What happened to you? Then Chopper. Then Luffy took Chopper's little hands and placed them in his hands. And Chopper's eyes widened. Heart. Then Nami and others asked what happened to his heart. Then Luffy said, come, let's and see. Everyone came, Usopp got up and he also came. And when all of them touched their heart, they realized, your heart is going haywire right now. It's beating fast like hell. They didn't know what the hell is happening right now. Then Zoro came up with reasoning which shocked everyone. It didn't shock Luffy. Luffy just thought it was amazing, but his theory was that due to Luffy's rubberness, the lightning fruit was stabilized within him. So everyone stopped and thought, so you are saying that Luffy has the Gum power and the lightning power? Zoro just nodded. But Chopper asked, how is that possible? Nami asked, well, that's the only explanation that anyone could think of. So that's that. And yeah, that's where we're gonna leave for this episode, guys. If you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe, do the necessary stuff. And if you don't, I can understand. So peace out.